Xenophobia. Xeno. Remember the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where Gus, the dad, they were Greek and his daughter was marrying the American guy, and he kept calling him Xeno, 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 right?
Oh, no, Greek. No Greek, Xeno. Xeno with the big, long hairs on.
Xeno actually means dislike of or prejudice of people from other countries. And it's ironic, right? Because Xeno, he was in America, he was calling the American guy Xeno because his daughter was marrying someone from another culture. So the word fits. And what I want to bring to the forefront today is that Haitian-Americans, Haitians that immigrate here to the US, also face that same phobia. And that phobia takes a toll on your mental health, ladies. And if you grew up here in the US, I was born and raised here. If I told people that I was Haitian, I would get boat people. And it's so ironic with everything that's going on in Haiti today, in this evolved world that we live in, that there's still people that are still living in poverty to the point where they're having to cross the ocean in boats. And so we still today have boat people. The people that come on boats come on boats because they want a better life. They come on boats because they're hungry. They come on boats because they're wishing for a life that's different than the one that they have. You can turn on the TV and see what's happening in Haiti for yourself today. What I want to bring to the forefront is that there is a xenophobia that still occurs. But what happens is, ladies, it leaves us that are here, that have made it here, right? Whether it's our parents that made it here and we have a life, that there's a fear of losing the connection to our culture because of the xenophobia that occurs when you tell people that you are from Haiti. You start to try to identify yourself within the culture, the American culture. You try to assimilate yourself within the American culture, but over time, you start to lose whatever nationality that you are in. You start to lose your connection to your culture, and there are a lot of great things about whatever culture it is that you come from, whether you're American, whether you're Haitian, whether you're Nigerian, whether you are French or whatever, like whatever culture you're from, I'm sure that you are proud of your culture. When you have to come to somewhere new and assimilate in a culture that is scared of you because you're from another country, that does not understand you because you're from another country, does not understand your culture, and instead of choosing to understand the culture and that it's different, they choose to discriminate. And so for Haitians here, for Haitian women, discrimination is real. And by the way, when you fill out an application here as a Haitian, there's a spot for Latino, but there's not a box, there's no checkbox for Haitian on any application anywhere. There's not even a box for Caribbean, let's say, because Haiti's in the Caribbean Sea. Haiti / Hispaniola is in the Caribbean Sea and is part of the island of the Dominican Republic, for you guys that don't know. Ladies, it leaves you torn inside and can bring up some mental health issues, right? Like, it's not ever we don't know who we are, but can we be who we are in public? Can we be who we are at work? Because when someone looks at you at work and you look like I do as a Haitian woman, you hear a lot of, no, that's not possible. That's not what Haitians look like. Just like here in the United States, you have Americans that are white and black, and you have a lot of different, there's a lot of different skin tones in America, and they're still American people. Haiti also has a lot of different skin tones. As the French and the Spanish colonized Haiti, they intermingled with the people. So there are very many different, right? Because already in the US, discrimination runs rampant. And then to have a president that stands up on the podium and calls Haiti, right, calls your country a shithole, does not exactly make it easy for you to come out and identify with that country. Although you do, because it's your country. So it's my, even though I was born here, my parents are were natively born to Haiti, so I do identify as Haitian. Almost as much as I do identify as American because I was born here. That American nationality has afforded me a lot of things that I would probably otherwise not have. But at the same time, my Haitian culture is who I am. It's really important to be solidified in your identity. And it's really hard, right? When I went to school in the 70s, when I was a child, the kids back then were calling me boat people. And I, as a child, like, you don't understand. And what's really interesting to me today is that probably and most likely is still occurring. We have many Haitians that are still coming over. A lot of them are coming over by boat, right? I don't think they nearly announce as much on the news how many boats are intercepted on the ocean of people trying to come here. I'm sure it's a lot. And even if you take a plane and you fly in based on whatever program that the United States is funding, you still have the xenophobia, the discrimination that occurs, and the view that occurs from others / Americans. And the reception is not always welcoming. This leaves a lot of mental health issues that are not discussed within the Haitian community, because on a day-to-day, like, you have to grow thick skin to get through. I gotta grow thick skin in case I walk outside and tell somebody I'm from Haiti and someone tells me that Haiti's a shithole. Although what's going on in Haiti is it's terrible. It's appalling. It's inexplicable and unexplainable to me. But it is what it is. But at the same time, the times where I have been to Haiti has some beautiful landscapes, beautiful countryside, beautiful, although a lot of it has been destroyed, beautiful oceans, just like there is in the Dominican Republic. And it's very heartbreaking, right? That we, as Haitian women, that you don't know when you'll be able to go back to your country. Because even with all the turmoil, most people, even when they immigrate here to the United States, and I want everybody to understand this, because if you're American, you may just look at it as everyone's just trying to come here and take a piece of your country. Everybody wants a piece of the democracy, or a piece of freedom, or they want a piece of the pie. They want to do good for their families. But at the end of the day, the people that do come here to the U.S., that immigrate here, whether it's from Africa, Jamaica, another island, Haiti, wherever they're immigrating from to come here, even the Cubans that come here seeking asylum, they miss home. We all miss our culture. And in order to be mentally healthy, we have to find ways to claim our culture. For me, it's this channel, right? Like, I'm here, I've given my channel a Haitian name, although I completely acknowledge that I am American, but I'm of Haitian descent. And being able to claim your culture, to not lose your identity, is very integral in maintaining your mental health. Now, just because you claim your culture doesn't mean that you identify with or claim everything that goes along. Claim your culture is when you see what's happening now in Haiti, because it's, wow, I wish I didn't have to claim that. But when you're part of a culture, you claim it all. Maybe some people are here and wish that people that are in America wish that maybe slavery had never happened, and they don't want to claim it, right? But it's part of the culture. So you have to claim all of it, because all of it is all of you. And if there's something you don't like about your culture, if there's some nuances about the culture that, are not fitting to you, you can always adapt and change and do better. But you can't deny your culture. And denying your culture leads to many identity issues. Let me explain the thought process. This is what happens for me. I don't know what happens for you. But when I check a box that says I am black, which I am, like when I walk out the door, somebody looks at me, they go, oh, that's a black girl. Like I'm not white. There are a lot of boxes to check here in the US. There are always these forms, and they're always asking you where you're from. And there's no box for you to check. So how do you identify? And then you're told basically that you're black, right? Which, okay, I am. But when I interact with people from the black community, there's a xenophobia also, because obviously I'm not like them. Culturally, I'm not like them. If I close my mouth, I don't say anything, I might look like them. But when I open up my mouth and I talk, and I have a different culture, and it doesn't make me, I'm not talking about being better or not better than anyone else. When you come to the US as a Haitian, you're not accepted. There's no box to check that identifies you. And then there's xenophobia from the white people that don't want to, that racism, that all that racism that occurs, right? Like that you're both people. It's not the white people, it's the black people also that identify with you that way. So there's nowhere that you feel that you fit in. So it's really important. It becomes really important to realize that yes, that it's okay to be different. It's okay to not fit in with the black community or with the white community. You can get along with everybody, but you can be yourself. You have to be authentically you. And that's why I think I speak a lot about being authentically you, because we are all different. And even though sometimes I may identify with one side more than the other depending on my needs, but that's sometimes taken out of context also, because I can remember going to college, and I was just talking to a girlfriend about this the other day. I can remember going to college, and my roommate was white, and I would go eat with her because it made sense to me. I didn't know any. I was like, she's the only person I knew at the college. And so I went and we were eating together, but I would pass a table with all the black kids. And so I always said hi, but I didn't know any of them. And my roommate, she was like my security blanket because I didn't know anyone. And the black kids called me an Oreo. And I was just like, I had no idea what that meant. And I was talking to my friend the other day, who is African-American, and she said, and I've known her since college, right? And she said, yeah, that is a term that's used when basically like you're hanging out with more white kids than you do the black kids. And I was like, but that's the only person I knew. I didn't know the other kids. I didn't know the African-American students. There's almost like this non-spoken thing that there's a way that it's supposed to be here, right? If you're black, you hang out with the blacks. If you're white, you hang out with the whites. But then they say there's no discrimination and there's no xenophobia. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And as Haitian women, we suffer this a lot. And we probably suffer this a lot in silence because we just cut through, and then we cut through, we get through our day, and then we get to go back home. If we're fortunate, you get to go back home to your families where you can go back and identify with your culture until the next day where you have to go out and you have to figure out how you're going to show up in this world, how you're going to identify yourself when you show up. I'm not a scholar on the topic. I'm just telling you like what I think and what I feel about it and how I feel that this affects us women. Our identity, for women and for men actually, is a big part of who we are. And when you don't know how to identify, when your identity is stripped, right? Basically when you come, I feel like when you come here, as a Haitian, your identity is stripped because there's no box to check to say that you're Haitian. You don't fit in with the whites, you don't fit in with the blacks. And Haitians, by the way, Haitians will fit in everywhere and get along with everybody. The issue becomes that it's the physical checking of the box. When you go and there's no box to check that fits you, that you don't fit into any of those boxes. I don't mind not fitting into a box at my age, But when imagine a 5-year-old that goes in, or a 6-year-old or 7-year-old that's in class, and they get a test, and there was always the thing that there's always something are you black, white, Hispanic, Latino? And none of those boxes that you're hearing your whole life. You're Haitian. Yeah, I don't see the Haitian box. The Haitian box is, come to think of it, I'm like, it's probably the same for Jamaicans. I wonder what the Jamaicans check off. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what you check off. Other people from other nations in the Caribbean, let me know what you check off. I'm not African American. And it's not that I don't have African American descent, but culturally I am Haitian. And I can fit into, like I said, I can fit into all the boxes. I can fit into all of them. All of them, ladies. And I'm sure y'all could fit into all of them also, but the issue is your mental health. Maintaining your mental health and not losing your connection to your Haitian culture, because that is real. That is the fear of losing your connection to your Haitian culture is real, especially as we spread out across the United States. And there's a kind of an underlying tone of, already when you come in, they start to strip you of your culture by not giving that box to check. So you have to pick one of these. And it wasn't until, when did they start using other? I think it was in the 80s at some time they started putting the other box, and I was like, oh, other. But still, other, that word other even makes you feel like you are the other, right? Like you're exano. So when you check other, like you are identifying as being the other. And so that's really strange also. I don't know, just my 2 cents for the day. I don't know what you think about it. How do you identify if you are from the Caribbean? Let me know. How has identity issues affected you and your mental health? I want to know. And then what is your fear when it comes to losing your connection with either your Haitian culture, or if you're from a different culture, with your culture? And what do you do to maintain ties to your culture? Because culture is not just about how you look. It's not just about saying who you are. It's about the foods that you eat. A lot of that is tied to culture. It's about conversations that you have, that it's about having other Haitians or other people within your culture that you can communicate with, right? Because there are little nuances about every culture that are specific to that culture that only if you're from that culture that you will understand. For instance, let me tell you, like, Haitians have a weird, crazy sense of humor when it comes to things, and they can make a joke out of anything. And the way that it's not what is said, but it's the way that it's said, that sometimes there's a lot of irony and satire that comes out of things that Haitians say. So they can take a situation that's bad and make light of it in a way that's second to none. And that's how they get through. That's how they get through a lot of things. They make light of it. They make jokes of it, just like you do here in the US, but the way things are worded and said, and it's second to none, and only another Haitian can understand it. And it would be like if you're here in the US and you grew up in the South, like certain things are going to be very, very intricate to that part of the country and who you are in that part of the country. The people that are raised in the South are not the same as people that are raised in Washington State. They're not. It's not. It's a different culture, even here within the United States. And but what you don't see is maybe, and I don't know, maybe you can tell me, maybe this is something that I don't know or I don't understand, but you don't see the xenophobia between the people that live in Washington State and the people that live in the South, like Georgia or South Carolina. If someone comes from Washington to South Carolina, though, it will be readily apparent that they're not from there. I grew up in New York. I'm in the South. It is readily apparent that I did not grow up in the South. The culture is different. But the culture here is what it is, and it's understood that the culture is different. But when you're bringing in all these different cultures and Haitians, and then there's taboos like voodoo that these labels that they give you when you're from certain cultures that really make you the other. Oh, Haitian people do voodoo and it's bad and they're evil and it's not true. It's not, like, a lot of it is not true. Yes, is there voodoo? That's a religion. Voodoo is a religion. It's not a bad thing. But because it's not Christianity, we label it as the other, we label it as the bad thing, because that's a different religion. They worship different things. Like, it would be like if you were Egyptian. Egyptians worship different gods. It's the same type of thing. And they're not evil because of that either. They're not Christian either. Although most of us grow up in Christian faiths, whether you're Catholic, Protestant, whatever, you Baptist, most of us grow up in Christian faiths, but there's a need to respect the faith of others and not to xenophobe them because they're others. And just, there might be evil, like religion, they think like voodoo, which is a religion, can be used for bad. Christianity can be used for bad too, because there are a lot of Christians that tell you they're God-fearing and they act like the devil. Like, what is that about? You're doing negative things and you're hiding under the guise of Christianity. So any faith is able to do that. So it's not the faith that's evil. It's not what you believe in that's evil. It's in my opinion, anyway. This is just my opinion. I'm not telling you what to believe, but it's not the faith that's evil. It's the people. It is the people. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and you have a great day. Until next time. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about the topic. Let me know what you think about your mental health as it relates. Let me know what you think about all the things. Just let me know. Next time.